Hello students, welcome to class 12th. I hope you're all fine and safe at home. We are all praying that we are out of this lockdown as soon as possible. Stay home, stay safe. Well, meanwhile, I once again welcome you all to class 12th, and today we make a start of beginning with our class 12th syllabus for economics. And so we will start today with the first chapter of macroeconomics, that is introductory macroeconomics and its emergence. So here we go. I hope you will enjoy reading this content through this video that is being shared to you. Wish you all the very best. So in this section we will see what was the need to study macroeconomics and what made economists and all of us to realize that we should study one more branch of economics named as macroeconomics. So as you can see on your screen, macroeconomics came into being as an after effect of what you call as the Great Depression. What was this Great Depression? When did it happen? And how did it happen? That we will see in this section. So, as an after effect of World War I, the stock markets crashed in the United States of America during the year 1914-1918 when the First World War took place. So this crash of the US stock market was the main reason for the Great Depression, and this Great Depression significantly and simultaneously spread to the rest of the parts of the world as well. So everybody, the historians, the economists, everybody was so moved with this situation that they could not understand as to what happened all of a sudden, that we have fallen into such a devastating situation, and they were totally, everybody was speechless. So as a result, now let us see and let us try and analyze what led to this situation of Great Depression. So as you can see on the screen, the main reason for this Great Depression was the blind faith on the market. The classical approach, or the classical economists, or the classical school of thought was one school which believed that the two forces of demand and supply in the market, as you have read in the previous class microeconomics, will be running the entire market scenario, and it would be the supply which would create its own demand, and this law, that is this statement, the supply creates its own demand, was known as the Say's law. So it was because of this Say's law, it was because of the blind faith of the people on the market, and it was because of these reasons that the people started to believe that supply will create its own demand and market forces of demand and supply will run the entire market. But then you see how it all occurred. as a result of the Say's law, as a result of market forces of demand and supply, and as a result of people believing that supply will create its own demand, though it was believed so, but as a result of the First World War, people, their purchasing power, their demand began to fell because they started losing their jobs. Now, why did they lose their jobs? Because when supply was to create its own demand, then the economy was run by the capitalists, and the capitalists always had the idea, the ideology of making profit in whatever business they went into. And so, as a result of, or with the aim of making profit, what did they used to do? They used to produce the goods and they used to sell them naturally at a higher profit margin. But as and when the First World War took place, what would have happened? The war led to a fall in the purchasing power of the people as a result of having lost their jobs and as a result of various devastations in the economy. As a result of which, because of the fall in the purchasing power, the aggregate demand of the people fell. So now you see, हुआ क्या था? ग्रेट डिप्रेशन हुआ. ग्रेट डिप्रेशन फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर की वजह से हुआ या एज अ कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर हुआ. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेट डिप्रेशन, बिकॉज ऑफ पीपल falling into a devastating situation, a devastating state, they lost their jobs. जब जॉब्स चले गए तो परचेजिंग पावर लोगों के हाथ से चली गई. परचेजिंग पावर चली गई तो उनकी एग्रीगेट डिमांड जो थी वो कम होने लगी या कम होती गई. एंड एग्रीगेट डिमांड कम होती गई या हो गई तो प्रोड्यूसर्स एक डायलेमा में फंस गए दैट सिंस द डिमांड इज़ रिड्यूसिंग day in and out, so what should we do? So these producers, they started reducing the wages of their workers in order to save on their profit margin. So far we are clear that wages reduce हो गई. wages reduce होने से overall demand कम हो गई, and overall demand कम हो गई तो वेजेस रिड्यूस हो गई. तो वेजेस इसलिए रिड्यूस की गई कैपिटलिस्ट्स के द्वारा बिकॉज दे वांटेड टू सेव ऑन देयर प्रॉफिट मार्जिन. बट ओवरऑल यू सी, सिंस द एग्रीगेट डिमांड ऑफ द पीपल was falling in the economy in those times, so जब डिमांड कम हो रही थी तब क्या हुआ? जो प्रोड्यूसर गुड्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहे थे उनके गुड्स बिक नहीं पा रहे थे. एंड दैट फाइनली लेड टू, एज यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन, पाइलिंग अप ऑफ अनसोल्ड स्टॉक. सो व्हाट इज पाइलिंग अप ऑफ अनसोल्ड स्टॉक? बेवजह उनका स्टॉक बिना बिके गोडाउन्स में, उनके वेयर हाउसेज में, उनके स्टोरेज में इकट्ठा होता जा रहा था. एंड दस व्हाट डिड दे हैव टू डू in order to sell that production, in order to sell that stock, they had to finally discount that stock, and that too to a very significantly high margin. उन्हें 70-80% डिस्काउंट पर अपनी चीज़ों को सेल आउट करना पड़ता था because those products were not being sold at the original price or at the asked price in the market. So now, as you can see on the screen, the wages were reduced in order to earn or in order to save more on the profit margin, and to do so the wage squeezing took place. Squeezing means of course किसी चीज़ का सिकुड़ना, किसी चीज़ का दबना. एंड यहाँ पर क्या स्क्वीज हो रहा था? वर्कर्स की वेजेस को स्क्वीज किया जा रहा था so that the capitalists could save more and more on their profit margin. Now, as you can once again see on the screen, wages fell, aggregate demand fell, and that led to piling up of the unsold stock. This is the stock pic that you can see on your screen. Further, so now wages reduced aggregate demand reduced and stock kept on piling up. अभी क्या हुआ होगा, जब स्टॉक पाइल अप हो रहा है दैट मीन्स स्टॉक बिक नहीं रहा है, तो कैपिटलिस्ट्स वेजेस स्क्वीज तो कर ही रहे थे, बट दे सून केम टू रियलाइज कि भाई अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता एंड द स्टॉक विल नेवर बी सोल्ड. सो in lieu of, or since they had to give, or they were giving salary to the workers or wages to the workers out of their pockets, and it was putting a heavy load on their pockets and it was also reducing their profit margin, so they started firing the workers. As you can see in the pic, the girl is crying and she is being fired of the job by the owner or by the boss. Thus employment reduced, which led to a reduction again in the aggregate income, the purchasing power and the aggregate demand. Now after this, what happened? Thus, because of aggregate demand being reduced, aggregate income being reduced, income reduce होने से purchasing power reduce हो गई, purchasing power reduce होने से फिर से aggregate demand reduce हो गई. So all this, by all this, a vicious circle was created. Vicious circle क्या होता है? Vicious circle is a vulnerable circle of circumstances wherein low income led to low demand and low income ultimately led to lack of over investments with the producers. क्योंकि इनकम नहीं थी तो डिमांड नहीं हो रही थी तो प्रोड्यूसर्स के पास में जो अनसोल्ड स्टॉक था वो ऑलरेडी इकट्ठा था, and since their stock was not being sold, so there was no use producing new goods and services or fresh goods and services, and so it led to lack of over investments with the producers. Thus what happened? Lack of over investments ultimately led to low prices, and low prices as a result of the products in the markets that the capitalists were selling, ultimately that led to unemployment as the workers, as the labor was fired of their jobs. And because of all this, as you can see in red it is written, the people started doubting the classical approach. So this was the reason what led the people to doubt the classical approach. This led the people to doubt the Say's law. This led the people to doubt the classical school of thought. And as you all know, the Say's law was supply creates its own demand. But as a result of all this, supply could no longer create its own demand, and finally it all led to this man coming up into picture with his concept. And as you all can read, all this led to the emergence of macroeconomics with the new measures and ideas of John Maynard Keynes.